Hopefully you heard that the second time. How you doing? I had a bit of a false start there, believe it or not. Good morning, campers, indeed. How are you all? And welcome this Sunday evening. 27 of you watching. Lovely to see so many good friends in the chat. Those that I haven't said hello to yet. Cesar, James Mears, Adam D. Who else haven't I said hello to in the chat? Upside Down. Hey, brother. Grumpy Mike. Good to see you, mate. Christina Smith. Good to see you as well. Okay, so yeah. Do you like the t-shirt I'm rocking? So this was a little gift from the guy that now owns the Chibson brand, believe it or not. I met him at NAM. Can you hear me okay? The guitar may be a touch hot. Okay. Let's take that down a touch. Just tell me what you think of this. Hopefully that's a bit better. I've got to be careful because I've got to keep remembering to turn one down as I turn the other up and just have a little look. Is the voice okay? Ah, dear. Tempest, great to see you, man. I've just messaged you on Patreon. Hopefully you got it okay. So yeah, tonight, welcome to 43 of you already. Tonight we're talking about these. Chibsons. Yes, and why? It's great to see so many of you in. This is absolutely fantastic. What pickups are these? Cyborg Day. Great to see you, by the way. These are the stocks in the Chibson. This is Greenie Moore 2. And the only thing I changed on Greenie Moore 2 was to put a new bridge on her. As you can see, it's got a roller bridge, and it also needed a compensator just under the first fret by the nut there. Because, yeah, sorry, blues player, this is a Chibson. And the reason for tonight is because so many people have been messaging me to say, where have you gone? Has your channel gone completely? And it's like, no, it seriously hasn't. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I honestly think that YouTube think that that's all I do and all I can do. So I thought, I'll give them what they want. So hopefully tonight, you can come in, you can ask me any question you like about this and Mitzi, the purple one. She's down here. And if enough of you are in and I get enough likes, we'll have a little listen to Mitzi as well. So I hope you are all well. Hey, Joey Dunlop, good to see you, brother. Really good to have you in. Natman, Alan, great to see you. He's saying hello to Ben. Who else have we got? Yeah, I had a real false start there, funny enough. I was playing and do you know what? I hadn't pushed go live, so I was enjoying myself. But hey, as long as I was enjoying myself. Hugh Caldwell, good to see you, brother. Ian Wood, great to see you, man. Just dropping by briefly to say hi to everyone getting ready for work. Well, you take very good care, my friend. You be good. Who else have we got in? We've got Melvin Thompson. Hey, good to see you, man. We've got Lemon Heart Sour. Hello to you. Who else have we got? We've got Axis 2084. Great to see you. And I think Gerald Holzer. Can you provide the link to purchase one of these Chibsons? Do you know what, man? I get asked that all the time. And Sugar Matt. Always a false start with me. Thanks a lot, mate. In fact, Matt and I have got. Hey, Spencer, good to see you. What am I playing through? And hello, Narcopsy or Narcs. I can't say that. I'm just playing through the Axe effects, and this is on my Robert Baker tone, or it would be. I expect you can hear that. That's the worst thing. I can't, and you can because I need to turn my mic down. So that was the Robert Baker tone, and that was on the neck pickup of this Chibson. And yeah, thanks very much to my buddy, whose name I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, but I can't remember it anyway, so it doesn't matter if I'm allowed to say it or not. I met the guy that does all the Chibson Instagram memes of Chibsons, and he was a really great guy. I met him at the Marty Schwartz pool party on the Friday night of NAM, which was awesome. All the YouTubers were there. Lemon Heart Sour said, thanks for the shout out. Would you highlight any upgrades you've done to Greenie Moore too? Of course I will. I've just done that. Literally, I've changed all the pots. They are, I believe, CTS with orange drops, whereas what came with them was really, really manky small pots. I have also changed the bridge for a roller bridge. And that, I believe, is it. It's original switch, original pickups, original string. No, it's not the original strings. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Oh, and the compensator, as you can see there, on the 0 fret. Thank you. I'm glad you like the sound of the Chinese toothpick. Well, it took an awful lot of work, and I've had a lot of interest recently on the Chinese guitars. And so I thought, hey, Casey Lee, good to see you. Great to see you. And Brexit Central, good to see you, man. Excellent. Hugh Caldwell's in. I think I said hello to you already. Wow, the chat is really flying tonight. Tim Jenkins 502, hey man, would stock Epiphones be better than a Chibson? Would a stock Epiphone, without a shadow of a doubt? What I'm here to tell you tonight is that I know I am the channel that perhaps highlighted the Chinese fakes and the Chibson craze because I was trying to debunk it, and in debunking it, I think I probably highlighted a few more of the issues than most, but always, an Epiphone is going to be better than a Chibson in one respect, more than anything else, in that you have a comeback. If there are any issues, if there's anything you're unhappy with, or you want to change it out, or you're not happy with the setup, if there's flaws in the finish, you can go back to them and say, look, this isn't quite right. Can you sort it out? Whereas you can't with the Chibson. Well, you can, but you need to pay the shipping to get it all the way back over to China, which costs about $280. So I think it's fairly reasonable for me to say that Chibsons suck, which is what tonight is all about. Great turnout. It's 58 watching. Who just said hello to China Mike? James Severin. Hey man, great to see you, brother. I created a monster. Yeah, kind of did. Black Jack Locking Nut, great to see you. And William Greer, great to see you as well, man. Where'd you get a Chibson? China? Save your money, save your time, save your effort, though, my friend. At the Chibson shop. Yeah, we've got a Chibson shop now. Look, I love this. Only a Chibson is good enough. Actually, the guy that does it. Hey, Gerald Holzer, great to see you, man. He was a great guy. I hung out with him for 5 or 10 minutes at the at the YouTuber pool party at NAM, and it was Jamel. Great to see you, man, and Ben Heaver. Great. $280 is what you paid for your Chibson. Yeah, well, there you go. You'd pay all of that to get it back to China, and that's what they primarily rely on, because they want you to buy it and then have an issue with sending it back if there's anything you don't like. Now, to be fair, these have got a lot better over the years, and with the work I've done on it, it's playable. But I have videos, there are some where the bridge is absolutely set in a position that doesn't match the scale length, which means that the intonation will never be right all the way up the neck. So there are all sorts of things. You love the shirt. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the guitar off so you can see a bit more of the shirt for a bit. Hopefully that's not making a horrible noise. No, it doesn't look like it is, because I don't know if that is the mic loud enough. Hopefully it is. Yeah, this is from my buddy. Only a Chibson is good enough. And I thought it was the one to wear tonight because of what we're discussing. Hey, Bearded Jedi, good to see you, man. Okay, I'm looking for your questions. You can ask me anything you want. Once in a blue moon, a very blue moon, I will do a little Chibson video, a little catch up with the original premise of the channel. And tonight I thought it was well overdue time. I've avoided it for a long time because, to be honest, I've been trying to steer the channel away from that kind of thing, and it's been doing okay. But I know that a lot of you keep on asking the questions, so I thought I'd come on here, answer the questions tonight, and it's something that people can refer back to. People can refer to this video and decide on whether they like the answers or not. But my answers have stayed the same since day one, and I'll give you the same answers. But let's do it all. Let's get it all out the way tonight. Chibsons are going for $200 now. Just spent $200 more and get an Epiphone. Exactly. Especially now that the Epiphone, as we saw at NAMM this year, has got the open book headstock, which looks absolutely fantastic. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. I think people who buy Chibos are probably the type who'd like to take on a challenge. Proper Gibbo is still beyond most people. Yes, I agree with you, Blues player. One of the issues, and one of the reasons that Gibson, PRS and Martin are ripped off and faked more than any other brands in China, is because they are so expensive. Worldwide, they're so expensive, even in the States, but over here as well. They are really, you know, top flight, top cost guitars. And particularly, thank you. Glad you're all liking the shirt. I wasn't sure whether to wear it. Richard B says, after watching your channel, I found Thoman's Harley Benton brand. Very pleased with my left-handed single cut custom. Good. Really pleased to hear that, brother. That's brilliant, Richard. Thank you. I'm really glad that you enjoyed that. And I'm glad that you got it as well, rather than buying a Chibson. No, it's not too personal. Lemon heart sour. I ordered and have two Chibsons, even though people think and tell me all the time that I am scum of the earth for buying hundreds and hundreds of Chibsons. I actually only ever bought two Gibson copies. So there you go. I needed to buy a standard and a custom so that I could compare them with the real thing, and also so that I could talk with some authority about it when I was encouraging others not to bother. So there you go. Blues player says, I put 2 Seymours in your HB335, consequently would kill anybody who tried to steal it. There you go. See, we are living in the golden age, my friends. We do not need to buy Chibsons. We do not need to rip off trademarks anymore, any longer. I mean, if it wasn't enough for brands like Dean and Washburn, goodness, Kramer, and goodness knows who else, doing really good value brands over the last sort of 20 years. In the last 5 to 10 years, we've had the likes of Harley Benton, the likes of Glary. We've had Epiphone change up their game. And you know what? Why should we bother with all that cost anymore? There's no point. There really is no point, guys. Upside down, you rock, my friend. Cheers for all the chopping Chinese chubbies down. There it is. Thanks, brother. Never courted, but always appreciated. Thank you, sir. That's very, very kind. And that will go in the tip jar and is very much appreciated. Amanda's in. Amanda Coombs, good to see you. So, yeah, there are so many budget guitars. Yes, exactly, Axis. ESP guitars, the ESP LTD range. There are so many great brands out there these days producing what I would consider to be real good budget guitars. And so there is no need to buy this stuff from China really anymore at all, unless you're only buying it to pose with the logo, this logo on the headstock. Yeah, so yeah, that's where I stand. I've stood and I've taken that position, I should say, for the entirety of me running this channel. It was the whole premise of me starting this channel was to dispel the fact that they were any good. I think I've done my very best. Junior Lamb, good to see you. Graham Campbell, thank you, sir. Most kind. Let me pop that up. A wee tip out of appreciation for the channel. Graham, you are a gentleman. As I say, never courted, always very, very much appreciated. Thank you very much for that little tip into the tip jar there. Really cool, man. So I'm answering any questions you like. Adam D says signal chain after the Chibson. Very, very simple. Tonight I'm running through the Axe Effects and I'm going straight into the focus. In fact, let me show you because I can. There we go. Into the Axe Effects 3 and then into the second channel of the Focusrite Scala 8i6, which is an absolutely fantastic little box and has allowed me to do everything I wanted to do with this stream. And hopefully you guys and gals are getting good quality from the audio tonight. I did my very best last week to try playing the guitar through the stream, and I remembered Ben to turn off the advanced settings and hopefully it sounds okay. So that's the signal chain, Adam. Natman Allen said I was a kit builder for years and now just open the Thomann website. There you go. There you go. Oh, Junior Lamb. That is so kind, my friend. Thank you very much indeed, sir. As I say, never ever courted, but always highly, highly appreciated. And that's just really kind. Just because, great channel. That's really cool. Really appreciate it. Thank you, brother. That is amazing. So I hope that I can answer some of your questions. Hopefully you enjoyed the tiny little playthrough I did at the start. I always get really nervous playing on live streams and I can never play that well. Well, I can never play that well anyway, but never play that well on the live streams, and especially seeing as it didn't start. Rogue Tomato is in. Great to see you, Tim Jenkins, 502, Rogue Tomato, Hugh Caldwell, I think I've said hello, Nathan Shaw. Who else have we got in? Smoking Joe, 347. Yo, dude, how's it going? I'm going great, thank you, and I hope you're doing really well as well tonight. Yeah, so we're chatting all things Chinese guitars and Chibson serenade us with the keyboard. Yeah, okay. That would take quite some super chat. Janice, you didn't miss it. You're here. You can watch back at the start of the stream, and it's great to have you in. Nuckin Futz says, what's your regional accent? Well, I'm from the south of the UK, so I guess what my accent would be put down on an acting CV is RP, which is received pronunciation, which is almost like a British BBC radio voice. Beautiful Queen's English. That's what I'm going to say. No, I'm down south, so yeah, there's no real accent. This is kind of what the base normal English accent sounds like. So that's what I am. I'm from the UK. I'm English, so that's the accent, and it's a southern accent. So take it or leave it. Hopefully you don't mind it. Any plans to feature more early pedals effects like the pod and pod floor? Absolutely. That pod has been so much fun. Thanks, Ben. That's really kind. I do appreciate all the thumbs up. We got 78 of you watching, got 32 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down. I love the thumbs down. Thank you, whoever gave me that. It's funny. I was watching Robert Baker's, strangely enough, as I do, because he's one of my favourite YouTubers. I was watching Robert Baker's live stream last night, and he was just confirming that they're all engagement and they all count as a thumbs up for us YouTubers. So that's all cool. But thank you so much for the 34 thumbs up and 2 thumbs down now. Liking it. Okay, that's cool. 79 watching. Wow. So I'm hoping there's going to be loads of questions from you. Yep. Smoking Joe, good to see that they are crap. Don't buy them. Would you ever do any videos of the pickup changing or fretwork, etc.? I have. I've done that actually. Cyborg Day guitars. I've done that on the channel many, many times. And if you look back at my early videos, you'll see me swapping out the first Chibson Mitzi pickups for Tesla Sharks from Iron Gear. So that was really cool. Joey Dunlop's going to put his K logo on your Epiphone Les Paul. Like it? Have I ever been contacted by any of the sellers I bought guitars from? Yes, I have. And in fact, I met up with and did a video with, now let me get his name right, Jason, I can't remember his surname, but he was Bad Cat Guitars, and it was down to me suggesting that, yes, I have shopped at Anderton's. These questions are going by so fast, sorry. I did. I got in touch with Jason J, was his name on AliExpress, I think it was, and I encouraged him to drop putting the logo on, and he came up with Bad Cat Guitars. But of course there was Bad Cat Guitars already, and now I think he's something like, do you know what, the worst thing is I cannot for the life of me remember what his new name is. Shengzi, there you go, Shengzi. Blues Player 59, you are a very, very kind gentleman. Thank you very much. I will have a beer on you, my dear friend, and thank you so much. Never courted, always, always appreciated. Thank you so much for the super chat there, brother. So yeah, if you want any questions, I will answer any questions about Chibson guitars, about Chinese guitars. Bam Mozzie, never apologise for being late, brother. It means the world to me that you are here. So thank you for coming in, as always. You and Ben and all the other guys who very kindly moderate for me. But you guys always, always, always. So thank you so much. Mikey Settelmeyer, hey, brother. Great to see you as well. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Brian Donnelly, good to see you again. A real gentleman. Best to you and the family. Thank you so much. That's really kind. Thank you. And to you as well, sir. Thank you. Guitar Man 45 is here. Awesome, awesome. Hey, brother, good to see you. Chuck Booth, hello, hello, hello. And we got Hugh Caldwell. I think I've said hello to you. Six String Brian, I haven't said hello to you. Hey, brother, great to see you in tonight. So Axis 2084 says, CGS, the new Epiphone Les Paul Worn Classic model looks great. Same with the regular classics. I'd like to get a tobacco burst and go total Jimmy Page. Wow, absolutely. Yes, you're right. That really does look nice. And it's flying by. The tobacco burst is one of my favorites, and I think it would be great to do that. Any plans to feature another PRS SE? Absolutely. Hello, Randall Fisher. Great to see you, brother. Wow, this is going past so fast tonight. We're on 80 of you watching. That's crazy. But I guess people want to ask me questions about Chibsons. So ask away any You have Kate Bush's accent. Thanks, Paul. Paul J0557. Well, I'll take Kate Bush all night long. That sounded wrong, didn't it? But you know what I meant. Taylor 351. Hey, how you doing? After setting up your Chibson, does it play anywhere near as good as a Les Paul? Yes. I can't lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Hand on heart, I would not encourage anybody to buy one because it took me hours and hours and a fair amount of, hey, Sean Darcy, good to see you. And I will talk about the Music Man Sterling range in a moment. With regards to the Chibsons, when they come with the right scale length and the right fret spacing, if you've got somebody that knows what they're doing, and I kind of semi know what I'm doing, I'd like to think after 35 plus years, I did a lot of work on it. If the scale length had been wrong to the scale that the frets were set at, it would never have played in tune and never have intonated. And there are a lot of people that have that issue. So I'm just really honestly just saying, please, please, please think twice. There's so much on the market these days that is much better value than a Chibson. But yes, it does play as good as some, not all, but some of the Gibsons I've played. It was lovely to have Mike Bradley over here with his, that was very, very similar to Greenie Moore 2. And in fact, if you check out the video that we did together, we both played this style. And I have to say, I think Mike was disappointed with the fact that after I'd set my guitar up and got it playing really, really well, that it wasn't anything like his Gibson. But considering the price difference and the age of his Gibson, I think it was, you know, it's very hard. And I'm not going to lie to you. I am not going to lie to you. If you've got the time, the knowledge, the patience and the money to invest in a decent Chibson, then you can get them playing okay and you can get them playing up to a standard. But you will never, ever have a real Gibson. So what's the point? And to be fair, if you're only really into a single cut, why not buy a Harley Benton SC550? And it's just an infinitely better guitar than any Chibson I've ever touched or played or heard of. So there you go. I'm sorry if I've missed loads and loads of questions there, but Terry's G&G is in. Good to see you, man. Wow, we've got 88 watching. We've got everybody. Who haven't I said hello to? I don't know. Who haven't I said hello to? Probably loads of you. Right, we've got 53 likes. Gee whiz, that's lovely. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that. And thanks again to the guys that have already put a penny or two in the tip jar. I'm on water tonight. I did have a couple of glasses of wine with dinner, but I'm on water now and I'm nearly through it already because I think I went off at 19 to the dozen because of the fact that the broadcast didn't start to begin with. So there we are. I don't know who Kate Bush is. Is that bad? No, it's great. Kate Bush, check her out. Wuthering Heights. James Severin likes his two Chibsons. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody. Please, please don't ever think that as CGS or as the ex-China guitar skeptic that I'm here to be anything other than skeptical with the builders. I'm not skeptical or anti anybody that buys these things. It's a personal choice and you've got absolutely every right to buy whatever you want. I'm just trying to give, you know, the general populace the lowdown on the truth, I guess. And I don't know what your two were, if they were both great, then great, that's super. Joey Dunlop says Peter Green was an awesome guitarist, very unique sound. I agree with that. Rogue Tomato says, CGS, there's actually a doodad, Stu Mac, to move the bridge forward or backwards on your Chibson. But in my opinion, it's not worth buying. But there you go. Chib Authentic. I am authentic tonight. And a big shout out to my buddy who now owns the the Chibson brand. His Instagram channel, go and check that out. He's hilarious. Some of the memes he does are absolutely brilliant. So yeah, he was good fun to meet up with as well. So yeah, check this out. Hope the sound's okay. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and flying by the seat of my pants. 91 of you watching. Good Lord. This is lovely. Let's see if we can get to 100 of you watching. If we get to, let's say if we get to 65 likes, I'll play the purple one. Everyone's talking about Kate Bush. Janice, you're never 67. Guitar Man 45. Great to see you. Am I buffering? It's not used to having so many of you watching. Deja Vu, do. Hey man, good to see you. You brought a Chibson years ago and it was a doodie. There you go. Most people find that exact same thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying a guitar from China with the Gibson name on, as long as you don't go around trying to trick people into thinking it's real. Superjet, that's absolutely a vital point. Hello, Dennis and Letitia, by the way. And you've got a Chibson. Okay. Yeah, the real important thing here is that, don't forget, it's all very well for those of us that are old enough to know better, and that we can get hold of these things. Some of us have the experience, skill and knowledge perhaps to do them up, but how about the youngster that doesn't and buys a second-hand Chibson at the price of a second-hand Gibson? And once they get out into the market, how do you know that a guitar you've bought and sold on, even if you sold it on honestly as a Chibson, how do you know it's not going to get out there into the market and get into the hands of some poor young, or I say young, poor unsuspecting player, and yeah, literally it could put somebody off playing the guitar, especially some of the really bad ones, and there are some real bad ones out there. So that's just my thought on it. Ben, I am back. I hope I'm back anyway. I'm sorry that I lost you for a moment there. I think my internet was having an issue. It's definitely my end, not yours, because it kind of did the wheel of death on both screens here for a moment. So it could well be that my internet was having a bit of an issue. Still talking about Kate Bush. I love it. A Chibson is for posers and those who are not fans or supporters of the brand they want to appear to be using. Totally agree with you, mate. For a brief second, I buffered. Thanks, Chuck. Good to know, Chuck Booth there. You had it 4 years, and it's certainly not your main. There you go. James Severin, once again, I'm a Gibson fanboy. Okay, but that's fine, absolutely. And to be fair, Gibson they've had their issues, haven't they? But they're certainly got a pedigree and a history about them, so worth supporting. The Richie 213 says, how about the people who had good experience with Chibson? I've never ever disputed that some people, including me, have had some good experiences with Chibson. I think that the key thing here is that they are few and far between. I would say if you were to actually do a straw poll of everybody that's ever bought one and ask them how many people were delighted with their Chibson versus how many people were delighted buying any other brand, I think you'll find that, or any fake for that matter, I think you'll find that the Chibson quality control is still a lot worse than any other brand. So, and people get them into their hands and get tricked out of money, fair money, and it's not fair. Lemon Heart Sour said, what's your number one piece of advice for guitar gear novice YouTuber? For a YouTuber, wow, man. Well, my advice is to get hold of as much gear as you can and review the heck out of it. For a YouTuber, that's what we're here for, isn't it? It's to look at stuff and be honest about what we think about it, and that's where I started. I started with the Chinese fakes and pointing out the issues with them, and went on to review tons of stuff. I'm trying to mix the content up these days. Oh my goodness, people are still talking about Kate Bush. So yeah, I would say if for somebody starting out as a YouTube guitar channel, then find your thing. I haven't found my thing yet. Honestly, I really haven't found my thing, because my thing was what we're doing tonight, which is sort of calling out the fake guitars for what they are. And there's a lot more that I've tried to do with the channel, and I haven't really found my niche yet, my niche after Chibsons, which is probably why I do these once in a while. I go back to it because I don't want to let people that have been subscribed since day one down by not talking about them. So there you go. That's what tonight is about, having a bit of a Q&A about the thing that I started with. But yeah, find your niche, do it, enjoy it, and most importantly, that's the thing, enjoy it. It shouldn't matter to any YouTuber how many subscribers you've got. It shouldn't matter to how many viewers you've got, how much you get people engaging with your videos. I mean, that is quite important, to be fair. Engagement is important. Oh, Grumpy Mike, thanks, man. Bless you, mate. That's really kind. Never expected, but always appreciated, brother. Thank you for the tip. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes, certainly. As Grumpy Mike will tell you, because he's a regular viewer and a very, very kind supporter of the channel, I only ever do stuff that I really enjoy. So if you're looking to start out on this kind of journey, then do stuff you enjoy. That's all I can say. So there you are. Tempest said, did you ever? And Tempest is another great regular follower and patron. Thank you, Tempest. Did you ever do a head-to-head Gibson and Chibson? Yeah, absolutely. I was talking exactly that with the Chibson Standard, the Greenie Moore 2. I did with Mike Bradley, because his genuine, I think it's an 82 Gibson Les Paul Standard, is almost identical to Greenie Moore 2. And we did a video on it. So check it out in the channel. Yeah, for sure. Where do we get a Chibson t-shirt? You have to meet the guy that now owns Chibson. And as I say, I met him at NAMM, and he was really, it was lovely, because he was really excited to see me. And to be fair, as soon as I saw his card and his t-shirt with Chibson on, I was pretty excited to see him as well. So you need to get in touch with him. Check out his Instagram. He's got some absolutely hilarious memes on there. Yeah, if you get in touch with him, I'm sure he's probably got merch. In fact, I think he's got a YouTube channel as well. I think it's very small at the moment. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of his YouTube channel as much as I am of his Instagram. But check him out, and I'm sure you can get one if you want it. Carlson Olsen, Learning Lead Guitar, says, how much does a Chibson cost? Well, anywhere between, I bought as low as 120 US dollars back in the day, and we're going back 7 years ago now. And nowadays you're looking more between the 200 and 300 US dollar mark. And compared to what else you can get for that money, don't do it. Still my advice, always has been, always will be. Don't bother. There's so much around for that sort of money that it's really not worth diving into that little issue. Kevin King says, to be honest, I'm a little surprised that the phony Gibsons are so problematic. Truly, it's not rocket science to build a decent playing guitar. You're absolutely right, mate. And where I think they have the issue, Kevin, is because they try to rush as many out the door as they can. Because let's face it, some people may say the same of Gibson, not that I am, but what they really want to do is get as many products out that door as they can. It's all about volume, 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 and they're not looking at the quality control. Whereas at least with a true guitar company, they may have some kind of care and consideration for quality. Not the Chibson makers, they just want to get it out the door and take your money. Adam D said, did you see Trogley's video where he bought a Chibson Jackson Buckethead V? No, I didn't. I see a few of Trogley's videos. I like the channel, like the guy, but don't really follow. I don't get a chance to follow many. And if I have a choice between watching certain channels and watching people like my buddy Robert Baker, Phil McKnight, The Tone King, Steve from Boston, Henning Pauly. Man, there's so many channels I have to watch. So I do check out Trogley from time to time, but he's not top of my list. But I will go and have a look at that now that you've put it out there. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Ben Coombs. That's really cool. Yep, there's the link. Ben Coombs has put it in the chat. The Instagram.com stroke or / Chibson_USA is where you need to go. Power is in the guitar player's hands. If you don't agree with their practices, boycott them and Chibsons as well. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. True, Blackjack Locking Up. DR Guitars. Hey, good to see you. Sugar Matt, Glary or Harley Benton? Harley Benton every single time, without a doubt, mate. You've played both here. My buddy Matt, we've just joined a new band. We've got some news for you guys. We're having a rehearsal on Wednesday the 4th of March, and it looks like we're going to be in a new band. So we've kind of stuck together, you and I, Matt, haven't we? We've done quite a number of years now. We've lost drummers. We've had many drummers. We've had many singers, and we're going to go on, and it's all going to happen. Finally. Yeah, but definitely Harley Benton every day of the week. Other than that Glary Strat, which I absolutely adore, every single Harley Benton I've had has been twice the guitar of any of the Glarys I've had. And that I don't think is a surprise or a disappointment, because at the end of the piece, the Harley Bentons cost a little bit more than the Glarys. The Glarys really are the bottom end of the price range. Superjet 113, would you trade your most valuable Chibson for a real Gibson, but like the cheapest one, like a Les Paul Jr.? In a heartbeat. I would do anything at all to be able to get rid of my Chibsons legally. You can't. It's illegal to sell them. The only way I can get rid of them is if I scratch off the logo and change the shape of the headstock, because they are both trademarks and both illegal to sell. Perfectly legal to buy in the UK and the United States, but illegal to sell. Yes, I do indeed, Terry, and that's another reason for doing this video tonight. Terry says, CGS, do you still get a lot of folks saying you're a supporter of Chibsons? Absolutely, I do. I get most of my thumbs down, and my dislikes are all about me being a huge supporter and promoter of Chibsons, which I am most certainly not. Although this t-shirt does not really say that tonight, does it? So please don't read this wrong. I'm not a supporter. This is like the guy that does the Chibson channel on Instagram. I'm just taking the mickey, and that I just love this logo, and it's so cool that he gave me one of these t-shirts. So I thought I have to wear it on a video, and what better video to wear it on than this one tonight? So there you are. But yeah, I always get it, Terry, and I don't worry about it really. It's one of those things. Adam D says, a fake wannabe what? Question mark. Reviewer and historian. That's probably me. That's probably a description of me, Adam. I'm a fake wannabe what? I'm also a fake reviewer and a fake historian and a fake Kate Bush as well, apparently. If you pay extra, Chibson will spend more time and it'll just take longer lunch. Absolutely, Paul J 050557. Yeah, they'll just ship out the same thing and take your money and say thank you very much. Da-ding. Junior Lamb said, I want to ask you about your band. Great band, awesome singer. Thank you. That's really cool. And it's going to go well. Mark Dalton says he can't play and he's a greedy idiot. Man, I hope that's not about me. But hey, if it is, I'll take that. Mark Dalton, come to think of it, never heard him play. Oh no, obviously you're talking about somebody else. Who are we talking about there? Tell me, tell me. Trogley. It's a fake wannabe. No, don't be nasty about people. Listen, he's got a good channel and he does very good reviews of guitars. The reason I don't watch is because it's all about buying and selling. And I'm not really into the buying and selling thing. So there you go. There's nothing wrong with Trogley. I enjoy his videos when I watch them. Jay Raffle says, you Chibson t-shirt to the highest bid. Oh, Raffle, Jay says, just Jay says, raffle my Chibson t-shirt to the highest bidder. And the winner also gets a free Chibson. I can't even give them away. Your title should be sufficient enough. Obviously, don't know what skeptic means. You're absolutely right, Dennis and Letitia. Thank you. It's very true, but that doesn't make a lot of difference. James Mears, I'm making a ukulele with open book headstock. Is that a big problem? Yes, you will get sued by JC and for not being authentic. CGS, you have over 65 likes. Time to play that purple one. Okay, guys. Yeah, fair point. Fake bush. Oh, wow, Terry, that's cool. 20 minutes ago, he's taken delivery of a 1990 Greco EG550 lemon drop. Very nice indeed. Awesome. Thank you, Terry. I realised he meant Trogley. I think I'm well behind on this chat. Do you know what? We are up to 68. Two more likes, and I will get Mitzi, who we also call the guttural pig, out, and I will play Mitzi for you if I can. I'll do the best I can. Great Vanzini loves Trogley's channel. There you go. See, wherever you find dissenters, you'll also find supporters. And I'm very much a fan of not knocking anything or anybody that I think is working hard. And he works very, very hard. I don't watch a lot of his stuff. He is a trader and a buyer and a seller, but I think his channel's really interesting. It's certainly bigger than mine, so there you go. He's doing something right, and fair play to him. I bought the Glary Watermelon. Oh, we got 74 likes. Oh, my word. Okay, I think you've earned. Let me take the strap off of this one. Hopefully this won't make a noise. It will. Let me just mute this a second. And I'll swap the two little devils over. And we'll have a little listen. Whoa! Look! See what I mean about the Chibson quality? I've just knocked one of the volume pots off on the disc. Good Lord. Although I have to say, this is going to be quite a scary experience with these Iron Gear Tesla Sharks. Because they do really sound great. But don't forget, if you go back and look at the original video, when I unboxed Mitzi, she sounded like the guttural pig that she's named after. So what I need to do is I need to turn my mic down, a couple of things up so that I can play it, and then I'll give you a little demo. So there you go. Sorry about my really terrible guitar playing. I did the best I could. No copyright there. That is not actually, believe it or not, a Gary Moore riff. That is not a Gary Moore riff. It's in exactly the same scale as Gary Moore did. I think it's Parisian Walkways. But no, it's not Gary Moore riff. Believe it or not, that's mine because I'm a big Gary Moore fan, and I wrote it around his stuff. But there you go. Thank you so much. That is lovely. 80 of you with a nice big thumbs up now. That's really cool. Carlson Olsen says, what guitar will you bring for a rehearsal? Very, very simply, I'll bring my PRS SE Custom 24, which I absolutely love. And also, I would bring the Harley Benton LPJ, Les Paul Jr., that I've shown you on the channel as well. I love playing that. 1P90. It's a lovely... is this song for Kate Bush? It certainly is. Blues Player said, I reckon Gibson would do anything it could to stop a major brand from using major band from using a Chibo. Yeah, imagine the damage that could do. Someone like Kurt would have used one, but he blew his head off. Shame. Yeah, Kurt Cobain, rest him. Oh, thanks, Blackjack Locking Nut. I certainly don't rock, but you do for being so kind, so thank you. Avoid the copyright. Yeah. What else we got? Fake Gary Moore riff on a fake Gibson. Who'd have thunk? You got it, Ben. Absolutely. That's a song that I've been wanting to write for ages. And in fact, I started to try and get into the chords there, and I haven't worked it out yet. James Severin says Greenie is annoyed. Well, or begins with a P. I won't say that on the channel, as you know. Pray authentic. Casey Lee, oh man, that sounds great, Mike. Thank you so much. That's really kind. James Mears says, what amp do I take to band practice? Well, usually this one, the Orange Tiny Terror or the Orange Dark Terror, played through the Harley Benton Vintage 30 loaded 212 is what I would usually take to a rehearsal or a gig. I used to gig with just the Boss GT100, and nowadays when I get back out and gigging again, all I'm going to take is the Axe FX and put it on like a Plexi 100 tone. When I want clean, I'll turn the guitar down. When I want it chunky, I'll turn it up. When I want lead, I'll push the full tone 2B boost pedal, which I absolutely love. So there you go. That's what I'll use. Thanks a lot. That's really kind, guys. Really kind. I am using an Axe FX, and I'm using the Robert Baker tone that I showed you all, that I put on one of the videos some time ago, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to that. I love Robert's tone, and it was really play Wuthering Heights. That's great. I love that. That's really awesome. Love it. Charshall amps. No, these are this is a real Marshall JC. Oh, hello. I've put that out of focus now, haven't I? There we go. That's better. That's a real JCM 800 2210 with the world's cleanest Marshall underneath it, which is the Marshall Lead 100, which is an absolutely brilliant pedal platform. If you can get hold of one of these secondhand, buy it because it's brilliant. But don't expect it to do any of the Marshall crunch tones. It won't. What are we saying? Lemon Heart Sour says, very nice, tasteful playing. Thank you. I'm really not on it tonight, but I'll do my very best to play a little bit. Brexit Central, take care. Good night, mate. And thanks for dropping in. Be happy, be safe. And thanks for dropping in, brother. Blues Player 59, in fairness, most awful guitars sound great through toys. Even rubbish players sound amazing through wah-wahs. You always use one. I'm sure you're not rubbish, brother. Yeah, those pickup Cyborg Day guitars in Mitzi are Tesla Sharks from Iron Gear, and they are great. And I've got another set over there that Dave Barlow very kindly gave me just here. Oh, Rolling Mills, I think. And let me go and get them. Yeah, it says it's a Seymour Duncan. Oh, actually, that one is. I picked up the wrong pickup, but certainly the Dave Barlow guitar pickup is an Iron Gear Tesla Shark, and they are absolutely fantastic. I love those pickups. So if you want to change out your pickups, if you're not happy with them in whatever it is that you've got, and you want a set of humbuckers, and I believe, I'm just going to double check, I'm pretty sure, yes they are, 4-wire. So you can, there you go, that's on the Tesla Shark. You've got black, red, white and green. So you can split the coils on them, and they are a great pickup. I absolutely love them. And I've not decided yet what to put my Dave Barlow guitar pickups on. Possibly one of the Harley Bentons, maybe the HB 550, because that's a lovely feeling guitar. Oh, man. Cyborg, take care, mate. Thank you for dropping in. Be happy, be safe, and as always, thanks for being here. Questions. Can somebody run and get us some Nando's? Can you speak through the pups? Oh, do you remember that, Blues Player? Let's see if it will still work. I don't think it'll work on the Tesla Sharks, but it might. You never know. I have to turn the microphone down. No idea if that worked. Tell me if that worked. So, folks, we're an hour in. Ask me any questions you like. What would I call a fake Chibson? Wow, faking the fakes. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? No idea. What would you call a fake Chibson? Can you pay Babushka on a Chibson? Oh, dear. Have I missed any questions? Let me see. Yes, indeed, Dr. Guitars or DR Guitars, they are basically a slash Seymour Duncan copy, but they sound as good, if not better, in my opinion. Tom, you love wah when the person knows how to use it. Ben, you've got to run as well. I know you've got to go and plan and get ready for your live stream, everybody. Ben will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think it is. Check him out. He's one of my very, very, very kind, regular moderators in here, and a very good friend as well. So Ben Coombs is live later on, and we shall be well off air by then. Could you hear the microphonic? Could you hear it? That's the question. You have too many guitars there, fella. You should send some of them to me, Fretman says. Like your content, keep it up. Bless you. Thank you, sir. That's really kind. Really, really kind. I do have too many guitars, and this is only a very, very small part of my collection. The rest of it's indoors, and I should bring it out. I've done some of the demos on some of my old guitars, some of the, normal ones I buy. These are all review guitars, but yeah, too many guitars, and I enjoy it though. It's all good fun. Somebody asked me a question that's gone now. I'm sorry. Either put a big question mark or a few question marks at the front of the question, or make sure you tag me at CGS in your comments. It's nice and easy now, isn't it? At CGS, you can even do it on your mobile. Matt Chadders said, I saw a fake hummingbird acoustic on eBay for $220. Should I buy it? Anything you buy distance, and especially on eBay second hand, is going to be a risk, man. But hey, find out where they are. If they're close enough to you, go and play the thing. That's the only way that you can really know if it's the right thing to buy for you. Ben's put a link for his live show later on in the chat there. So dive in and go and support my buddy Ben. He's a lovely, lovely guy. Please go and watch his live stream as well. Couldn't quite make out what you said, but I could hear it. Am I very quiet? Let me turn the mic up a bit. Is that any better? Hopefully you can hear me a bit better now. Is that okay? Fingers crossed. Scott Steele says Gibson, play authentic, overpriced, overhyped. Crap. Don't like the play authentic. I agree with you there. Overpriced. I kind of agree with you there. Overhyped. I kind of agree with you there. Crap. That's where we kind of part ways. They do some absolutely incredible guitars, and I enjoy playing the ones I have played. They have had some quality control issues, but then all manufacturers, pretty much other than PRS. Double question mark. Here we go. I see people on Craigslist. This is from Superjet113 selling fake guitars, but they say a fake is. They say it's a fake. Is that still legal? No, it's not. It's absolutely illegal to sell a fake in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I believe it's illegal to give one away because it then gets into the market and other people may well buy it or be conned by it. So it's totally illegal to get rid of them in any way. Blackjack Locking Nut says, Mike, are Iron Gear UK made or USA? I believe that Iron Gear are a UK manufacturer, but I will double check and I will put on my Geppetto glasses to double check that fact for you. Yep, made in the UK, my friend. Absolutely. Iron Gear pickups made in the UK, but they do ship worldwide and they're very, very much worth it. Thanks, Terry. Good to know that the levels are better. Thank you for that. I'm scanning down these questions as quickly as I can. Superjet113, did Chibsons make you randy? How do I answer that? They don't, unfortunately. Nothing makes you randy other than having Dolores Rhodes teach you how to read music and then playing for years and years and years and then finally getting to play with Ozzy. But if you are randy, best not to get in a plane driven by the tour bus driver. And God rest Randy. What an amazing talent. But Chibsons do not make you randy, no. Neither do Gibsons, for that matter. China Mike, it's kind of hard to walk away from what you started your channel. Yeah, I agree with you, James. It is, and that's why I do these once in a blue moon. I don't want to upset anybody that's been here for years, and looking at the number of you watching tonight, people still are interested in what little old me has to say about Chibsons. Are they Hercules guitar stands? Yeah, how did you know that? Wow. That is very perceptive, my friend. Do you get free razor blades with Chibsons? No. Let me see what I've missed. In Canada, you have to state the nature of the product you're selling on the used market. So if it's listed as a Chibson as a fake, you can technically sell it. Well, there you go. Sell them in Canada. They don't mind. Hey, Baby Dan. Great to see you, Baby Dan Bagshit. Great to see you, Daniela. Thank you, Mike. I know Sam Deeks swears by them as well. Yeah, it's cool, man. Randy Rhodes turned into Randy Road below the... Jim Dunlop... Joey Dunlop says a StewMac nut file costs more than a Chibson. Yeah, could do. And Jack the Rabbit's still here. It's great. Hey, my guys, you know, my regulars, you're all in and you've stayed in tonight. I don't think we're going to run long tonight because I'll keep going until the questions run out. But have I watched Shameless? No, I haven't. Is it good? And would you recommend it? If you do, I'm a real sucker for Netflix box sets. I don't watch much television, but when I do, I watch Netflix, and I love to see a good box set. So, if that's a recommendation, Janice, I will. I'll take that. Thank you. Yes, Tom, it was a rather bad joke. Ah, that's great, Chuck. I'm really pleased that I've convinced you that it's not worth buying the Chibsons and that you're going to carry on buying Harley Bentons. Make sure you let them know that I. Tom High says too soon. Definitely too soon, brother. Jack the Rabbit says, do they make Chibson guitars that are not Les Paul inspired? Yeah, they do. I think they make some SGs and Explorers, and basically you think of whatever Gibson make, and the Chinese will copy it. Oh, thank you, James. That's really kind. CGS, you have a great channel for all your content. Thank you so much, brother. That's really kind. That's really appreciated. Just been playing your old 64 Epi Wilshire and loving it. Have you got any vintage gear though? I've played good and bad vintage stuff, but old hasn't always meant good. No, absolutely. I've got the old Vox that I bring out once in a blue moon, and I love it because it's sentimental value to me, but it's a pig to play and it's a pig to set up. Yep, good shout, Bam Mossy. Check out Vintage if you want cheap but really good Les Paul type. And also the Harley Bentons. I have to say they've both been good. A lot of graveside humour in here tonight, Chuck Booth says. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Tom Harhigh's watched the whole original English version of Shameless, but not watched the USA version. Maybe I'll check it out. Just looking for questions, really. Shameless is excellent. Well, there you go. Looks like I've got my next box set. The Bearded Jedi. I didn't notice you were in, my friend. So welcome. And he says, HBs are the bomb. Harley Bentons are indeed the bomb. It's a British show and it went 11 seasons, but it ended and we have the American version that's going into its final season. Okay, right. Cool. Well, we're into Shameless now. And that's time for a shameless out to all of my wonderful patrons that are in tonight. Jack the Rabbit's in, Upside Down is in, and who else did we have? We had, let me go back on this, Grumpy Mike has been in, and Tempest has been in, I remember from earlier. So, and I hope I haven't missed James Mears. I hope I haven't missed any of my dear patrons, and I will be doing some patron stuff this week. I've got it on the card to do for you guys, and I'm sorry that I haven't done one for a while. So there we are. Let's have a look. There are some more questions here. So Matt Johnson asks, any more guitar shows being organised? Well, I am still doing the British Boutique Guitar Festival on the 25th of July, and tickets should go on sale. I was going to say the 1st of March, but I think it's Monday the 2nd of March. So that'll be a week tomorrow. They should go on sale and the website should be up. So yes, definitely good stuff coming up for those of you in the UK. And what's more, I think it looks very likely that I am going to the Birmingham Guitar Show on Sunday, this time next week. So it may well be that there isn't a live show next week. And if there is, I may be very late because it'll be after I drive back from Birmingham. But just to warn you in advance, there may not be one. So there we are. Craig Pass. Hey, man. Great to see you as well. Craig has been a long time supporter of the channel. And I did a review on one of his Chibsons, I should say, and he was one of the first to change his name on the headstock so that he didn't infringe trademarks. So good on you, Craig. Great to see you. I heard Kate Bush has joined Motorhead. Do you know, funny thing was, just before I set up for tonight, I was watching I was watching the Netflix interview and documentary on Lemmy. And I love that documentary. It was really good. And then I watched his last interview, and he looked half the size that he was. I think he died of, it was cancer, and I think he only found out 2 days before, and I think it was prostate cancer. But he's sadly missed. But there you go. Okay. Blackjack Locking Nut, great show. Have a great week. And you, my friend, be safe, be happy, and thanks for dropping by. I'm going to take a couple more questions. I think we'll run tonight until, at tops, let's run till 11:30, because I did start late because it seems to suit all of you so much to start late. Yeah, Craig, buy the t-shirt. Now, if anybody's going to buy a Chibson, buy the t-shirt. I may well do some CGS t-shirts at some stage soon, so buy CGS t-shirts first. But yeah, definitely, this is the only Chibson to buy and own. Who's Kate Bush? Tom Harhigh says. Nice. Well, any questions that you have, I'm going to answer in the next 13 minutes. Many of you have very, very kindly emailed me as requested as well to give me ideas for going forward on the channel. Now, I had the idea of looking into bands that I hadn't heard much of before or didn't know very well. And quite a few of you have said that you would like that, but you would prefer to see more of the recording and studio stuff that I've been promising and I've been working on. So again, let me know. It's always good to hear, especially in the super chat, for those of you that really kindly support me all the time and come in and watch and support the channel. And particularly I listen to my patrons and my regulars on the live streams, because you guys are my core. You're the people that mean the most to me. So what do you think? What do you want to see on the channel? Do you want to see more recording stuff, or would you like to see the whole me delving into bands that I ought to know? Let me know. Oh, you want t-shirts? Upside Down wants t-shirts. Yeah, Lemmy and Hawkwind was amazing. Have we done Gibson's latest lawsuit on Kiesel? No, we haven't. But my brother and buddy, Brad the Guitologist, his whole SPF this week, I believe, it was SPF anyway, I think it was, of his Friday video. He was interviewing Jeff Kiesel. And I have to say, I can't quite get my head around the fact that Kiesel are thinking about, or that Gibson are thinking about, well, they have sent cease and desist letters to Kiesel for their V shape, which is absolutely nothing like the Gibson Flying V. I don't know what they're up to. I really don't. We haven't covered that. Bam Mozzie says, to be honest, he'd watch both. Bless you, brother. I know you would, and you are such a kind supporter, and I really do. And especially helping out, as you always do, start to finish on my videos and moderating. You are the best, brother. Thank you. And everything I put out, I know you comment and watch, and it's great to see your engagement, and I really do appreciate it. It's supporters and kind people like you that follow everything I do that keep me going, so thank you. Some protection factor? Question mark, question mark. Craig Pass Recordings says, to brands to me. Motorhead, is that a suggestion for a band I should know? I definitely know that. Yeah, Dennis and Letitia. Yeah, the Kiesel looks nothing like the Gibson V. Did Gibson get burned? No, they didn't get burned. Recording and chatting about bands at the same time. That's a good idea, Matt. Brilliant. Well, maybe you could come round and we could do some recording. And and you and I could chat about bands. I think I see where you're going with that. That's a cool idea, brother. Recording gear is more informative to me, and bands would be more entertaining, I think. Okay, maybe do both and then alternate weeks. Yeah, if I was going to do either or both, one I know I'm definitely going to do because I've already started and I've made headroads into trying to find a really, really cheap mobile and home recording setup for you guys. So I'm going to be doing a video on that really, really soon. So I would definitely break it up anyway. But unbelievably, I've still got TGU footage and videos and 42 Gear Street I still need to edit, not just NAM videos. So I really do spread the content out so you don't get bored. Matt Chadders says, do you know if Harley Benton do any hummingbird style guitars? That Chibson hummingbird is definitely tempting. I don't think they do, my friend, but I know what you're saying, and I'm pretty sure that there'll be something out there that kind of gets close and at a much better price, or at least a much better reliability than Chibson. So have a think about it, brother. Casey Lee says, how about well-made Chinese guitars? Even Fender has, yeah, absolutely, has a line of guitars from China, and they pay pretty good for the price. Yeah, please, please, please. Also, as much as I don't want anybody to think I promote Chinese guitars and fakes, I also don't knock Chinese guitars, full stop. I only knock the fakes. And there are tons of brands, including the ones I've mentioned, the Glarys and the Harley Bentons of this world, and of course Fender and Epiphone, and there are many, many brands that make and build guitars in China that are very, very good value and very well made. So I'm not knocking Chinese manufacturing in its entirety. Of course, Casey, there are some really good stuff. There's definitely some really good stuff coming out. James Mears says, recording and setup would be great. Okay, my friend, I have promised I'll be doing that. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Music Therapy Naz, hey, missed most of the show so far. Stopped off at your mum's for a visit. Well, say hi to your mum for me, Laz, and tell her that she's got a thoroughly decent son, because it was great meeting up with you at NAM, brother. Does my neck beard keep me warm in winter? I haven't really got a neck beard, but thank you for that. Oh, Tempest, thank you so much. That's really, really kind, brother. Another little tip for the tip jar. Bless you, my friend. As I always say, never courted, always appreciated, and thank you so much. It will go in the tip jar, and it will be used for the channel and something very positive. So thanks a lot, brother. Really appreciate that. And thank you for being here on the stream. Not just thanks for the stream. What have I missed? I hope I haven't missed any questions. Bam Mozzie says, maybe Gibson are trying to get enforceable trademarks on shapes to raise the value of their company before selling it off. Could be the case, but let's be honest. When you are trying to sell a company, what you're really selling is the goodwill, because usually the assets are valued at a fixed value, and the value of a company is very much bolstered by the value of goodwill. And I don't think necessarily that they're pumping up the goodwill by suing lots of people, Bam. So, you know, it may backfire on them. Growing on from GarageBand for home recording would be really interesting. Okay, Matt, well, that's great. I really hope that you're going to like this little setup and this little series that I'm going to do for you guys. It's very straightforward, and I'm going to go right from the basics. So some of you will need to bear with me a little bit. I'm going to show you setting up. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but there is a series coming up on the channel that I'm doing in partnership with one of my favorite companies, actually, who are very, very good value for interfaces. And it won't take much to guess that it will be Focusrite. But I have a great little portable setup that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you some free software that is really pretty awesome. Loads of free plugins, and we're going to talk about recording process from start to finish. a lot of you are very, very kind, and it always makes my day how kind you are about my recordings whenever I put them up. And so I thought, well, I'll tell you exactly what I do. It's very, very simple, and it's all about listening and all about going back to real basics. And if it sounds good, it is good. There's a lot of real high-end recording people out there that I have so much respect for, but fundamentally getting a demo out and getting something that sounds good to you and will get your music out there. And also I'm going to look at distribution as well, and we're going to go into that. And you know, these days we are really living in a golden age, and I'm going to do that whole series for you. So keep watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, because it'll be worth watching. And yeah, let me know what you think. Hey, Gary Tollander, good to see you, my friend. Really good to see you in. Big G, the Big G, yay. Upside Down saying hello. Oh, sorry, Jack the Rabbit saying hello. Did you just get here? That's what the whole stream was about. Just rewind. Oh, what was that? Who was that to? Nick. Do you like Chibsons? Yeah, Nick67, welcome, my friend. I'm very, very pleased to have you here. That has been the whole concept of the chat tonight and of the stream. The Bearded Jedi has retracted a message, but says hello. So hello. Go and get me a fish and chip, son, before the chippy closes. Love it. That's awesome. Really love it. Jack the Rabbit loves Focusrite. Oh, Brad, bless you, my friend. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Thank you. That's really kind. As I say, never courted, always appreciated. And thank you for that. Had to drop some folks over. Can you start over? Yeah, of course we can. So anyway, we started the evening by playing this little beastie, which is Greenie Moore 2. I had a little play of her. Very badly, I might add, but I did the best I can. Let's face it, you don't come here for my playing. You come here maybe for the chat and for us to hang. So I appreciate you putting up with my playing. We talked about the things I've changed out on this, which is the pots and the electronics. The bridge, which I've changed for a roller bridge. The pickups and the switching is the same, but I've put a 0 fret compensator just by the nut. We then chatted for ages and ages about things like Kate Bush. And then I very badly played this heavy beast. And I didn't mention actually how heavy this guitar is. But this is Mitzi, the Chibson Custom, which was the first one I got. And still my top performing video. And I played her and I explained that I didn't say that I changed out the pots. The pickups are Iron Gear Tesla Sharks with the zebra stripe in the neck, because somebody sent them to me. In fact, my dear friend, oh my word, I haven't seen him for so long, Brett Vambo Strasser. I really miss chatting to him. I really wish he was still around on the channel. I hope he's okay, and lots of love to you, Brett, if you watch this. But I swapped out the pickups for his, and we did a lot of setup on it. But the tuners on this, the fake Grovers, are actually really good. They hold tune really well. So I played that. Somebody very, very astutely worked out that I had Hercules stands. I've been accused of being Kate Bush, and yeah, I think that's pretty much the start over and all of it. So that's the rejig. Dale Palmer says, you've always done a great job getting the sound of your recording and video. Thank you, sir. That's really kind, really kind. And that's why I thought, you know, so many of you are really kind saying that. So I'll just give you a little look at what I'm doing. Jack the Rabbit says, I'm hesitant to do Spotify and stuff. Looked into DistroKid. Not sure it's for me. I don't know what to do. Help me, Mike. Well, funny enough, DistroKid have reached out to me and they want to sponsor a video or maybe more. And in fact, I'm going to have a chat with them about sponsoring the whole recording series. And from what I've seen, I think they're very, very good. However, I will be trying them, and I will work out whether or not I can thoroughly recommend them or not. And But at the moment, I would say DistroKid is well worth looking at. I'm looking at them very closely, and I'm looking forward to working with them. So there you are. Music Therapy Lads says, CGS, I'll be going on at 4 p.m. PST for a live stream if anyone's interested in joining me. Shameless plug, ... Thanks, Mike. We'll go and check him out. My dear friend, Music Therapy Lads, enjoyed a beer with him. He very kindly bought me a beer at NAMM, and I really appreciate it. Blues Player says, my recording PC is 20 years old. Doesn't matter, my friend. As long as it's got USB, we can get that up and running as a recording PC. Pretty much. Nick67 says, enjoy your vids. Thanks, my friend. That's really kind. Adam D is back. I'm back, gang. Had to eat some Kraft mac and cheese. Nice, nice, nice. Upside down Kate Bush. Hashtag Kate Bush. Jack Rabbit says, this stream was sponsored by Kate Bush. When you need a place to hide behind Kate's bush. Oh, guys, what are you like? What are you like? Brad Miller, the recap was my pleasure, my friend. Really, really my pleasure. Thank you for the super chat. It's the very least I could do. You've missed a good one tonight. It's been great. There's been at one point there was 103 people watching, and there's still 67 watching now. The only thing I hope is that you've enjoyed it. 89 thumbs up says to me versus 2 thumbs down says to me that you have reasonably enjoyed it. So there we go. Let me just check out. It has gone 11:30. But I will check out the last few questions. Oh, Tom, that's really sweet of you. He says, CGS, all kidding aside, you're a gentleman. I absolutely adore your work. Well, my friend, you're always here supporting me. You're the reason I do it. You and everyone else that very kindly comes in and supports me, you're the reason I do it. And I really appreciate comments like that because they make it all worthwhile. So thank you. Orville's a duck? Question mark. Oh, somebody was asking about... I missed that. I'm really sorry. Something about an Orville guitar. Jack the Rabbit, that's a pleasure. I have heard good things about Orville's. I've heard good things about... Is it Bernie's? And I've heard good things about... What's the other one that people are always telling me about, but we can't get in the UK? Oh, it will come to me. I'm sorry. It's my age. Getting old. Music Therapy Lad says, thanks, Mike. You rock. So do you, brother. You're the landscaper for Kate's Bush. Music Therapy Lad, sorry I can't say hi to everyone individually. He's driving using his voice to... Stop doing that! He was doing that just before we came on. Music Therapy Lads, please concentrate on the road, my friend. I would absolutely hate for you to hurt yourself while you're listening to my stream while driving. So please don't. Take it easy. Watch the replay, brother. And I will say hello to you in the replay. There you go. Upside Down says, CGS, those thumbs down are thumbs up in his land. Yeah! I take them all as thumbs up, man. You know, it's engagement. It's great. I love all the engagement. That's really super. I've got 92 thumbs up now. Wow. You know what? It would absolutely make my day, folks, if we can get to 100 thumbs up before we have to say goodnight. And goodnight is coming up really soon because... I'm shattered. We started an hour later again this week because it seems to work better for you guys. It really does. So if you've enjoyed being here this hour later, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm quite happy to go back to my 9 o'clock start, which is an hour earlier, which I think is 4 o'clock Eastern Standard. And it makes it about 11 o'clock, maybe earlier, on the West Coast. CGS guys like you would be a pleasure to be in a band with. All about fun, no drama. Thanks, my friend. Again, those sort of comments really warm my heart. And I don't like drama. And I don't think my bands that I've ever been in have thought that I was drama. Pete Brown, you rock, sir. You rock. You all rock. Tokai Mike. Tokai, love Tokais. What about fake strats? Plenty of them around. There are blues player, tons of them. Pete Brown loves the Chibson shirt. And take them out back, Tom High says. That's okay. Oh, 104 thumbs up, guys. You have absolutely made my evening. Thank you for that. I can see that over there now. 104 thumbs up. Guys and girls, you, as always, have made my Sunday evening. I hope I've brought just the smallest amount of brightness to your Sunday evening. I hope I've answered all the questions that people have interest in chips and stuff. Bam Mozzie, noted. Thank you, sir. You prefer 9 o'clock start. I'm quite happy to start that a little bit earlier. Great Vanzini, 105. Thank you, sir. That is so kind. That's amazing. You did do it. You did it. Yeah, I hope I brought some small amount of pleasure to your Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning if you're in the States or elsewhere. I have absolutely thoroughly enjoyed being with you again this week. I may well be late, very late next week, or may have to miss next week's live stream because it looks very much like I am going to get to go to the Birmingham Guitar Show. So I'll be doing a fair amount of driving next Sunday there and back. And they'll have lots of content for you, though. So that is the bonus of maybe not having a live stream next week. But if I get back early enough, I will do it. I love you too, Jack the Rabbit. In fact, I love you all. You guys really do rock, and you make me and make this channel what it is. And you really do make me feel quite humbled and honoured to be hanging out with you guys, because you are absolutely the bomb. So thank you so much for hanging out tonight. As always, I'm sorry. Oh, man, Mikey set on my... has just turned up. Scott Steele, Michael Pines. Oh my word! Loads of people dropping in at the last minute. Yeah, and I'm gonna say good night, and I'm gonna say, as always, you have yourselves an absolutely fantastic week. Don't forget, you can always email me, ChinaGuitarSkeptic@gmail.com. That hasn't changed, even though the channel's CGS. And I do try to answer at least within a couple of days. I obviously get a lot of emails. Well, it's not obvious, but I do get a lot of emails. But I try to reply to all of them eventually. So if you want to tell me anything you'd like to see on the channel or anything you'd really like, then let me know, and I'll do my very best to give it to you, because you guys absolutely rock. So have yourselves a great week. And as always, I'll end with, you take really good care.